Hello, this is Lolly, and I have something I want to share with you as I open it. It's called Vintage Christmas Petite Parcel Set, 12 gift bags and more. I was at World Market today. I think it is quite expensive. It's $14.99. It's Cavalini though, and Cavalini papers are known to be very high quality and a little on the pricier end because of that. And there's a picture here of what is in there. It says 12 assorted bags, 4 of each, and then there's stickers and gift tags, 4 of each of those. So let's open that. So yeah, Cavalini papers are really nice. So I'm kind of glad that I got this, and I can't wait to play with it. I could actually even cut these images out and use them in my crafting. They had it clipped so that the items wouldn't come apart. This is really strong cardboard. I can use that. Okay, let's see what is in here. I just love the look of these. They are not like glassine, but they have a slight waxy-ish feeling to them. So we have these ones that say Merry Christmas and Jingle Bells. You can see there's a double-sided here. So let's get these measured so these are 6 and a quarter. So 6 1/4 inches wide. And then to the opening is 8 3/4, and then you have this flap. Now it's not a gummed flap, so beautiful. And then we've got 4 of these, which are 4 7/8 by 7. Again, just to the opening. You notice the opening also has a decal edge there, or not a decal, a tiny. Oh, come on. You're probably yelling the word to me. It's kind of a zigzag. There we go. And then these little bags here, aren't they precious? And these ones are 3 3/8 by 5. And I notice that the opening on these has more of a rounded look. These ones do very slightly. And here's the tags. I notice there's some glitter falling out, so very cute. December 25, Christmas Day. 4 of these Santas and 4 of these large Santas. Isn't he precious? This just reminds me of gift tags that my mother used in the 60s. Okay. Oh my goodness, we have glitter happening. Merry Christmas. So these are stickers. Merry Christmas, season's greetings. I'm trying to, they are. They were so well cut that I couldn't even tell. Holiday greetings. Okay. These are Santa stickers. These would be great for the back of your Christmas cards. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and warmest wishes. Do not open till Christmas. And then there's one of a package here. And these are like, oh, there we go. Let's do it this way. Ornaments. There we go. So we have 6 designs, 2 of each. Just adorable. Very vintage. Very, very cute. I love it. Okay, love. I think it's very precious, and it just, like I said, it's so vintage. It just reminds me of the exact stuff that we had when I was a child. So yeah, I'm dating myself here. So I'd like to play around with these and make maybe a little journal or something for a friend. I think that would be really cute. You know, just to maybe have a fold over. Of course, everything would be sideways then instead of looking at it vertically. Think. Could also cut this open and use the pages that way. But I just love it. And see, and if I did it this way, these would be too big to go on the inside, but these would be precious on the inside. I'm thinking I still want to do this, even though I know that would create my images going sideways, I think I am okay with that. If I were to make a page, I could make it 3.5 by 6. I would make a 6-inch tall, actually 7 inches wide, because folded in half it would be 3.5. This I could go 3 3/4 wide. I could go wider. I could go all the way to the end here, 4.5. So I could do 9 by 6 and make some pages, and I think I just might do that. Now I'm wondering if I could get this in there. I would love to, but it is, I could do it this way. I'm not sure about that one. Let's see. And should I do it like this? I think one of the things I might do is insert into this, insert a piece of cardstock to give this some strength. So let's skip to that part right here. I need 4 3/4 by 6 1/8. Very cute. That just gave it all the strength I needed, and I don't even plan on like gluing it inside there. I think this is really just exactly what I need. Once I stitch some pages in here, I'm going to be good. I may play around with some Mod Podge and see if I can strengthen this spine a little bit. If not, I just may have to put something on the outside here to give it a little extra strength, so that when I, sew holes in it, it will hold up to that. And I will leave this as loose as it is, unless I think what I'll do is make a liner for inside here. 4 5/8 maybe. Let's see. This would give it strength, and it would be a liner in there like that. I could have, and probably should next time, just make one piece of cardstock, score it, and put it in there, and that would give my spine the extra strength I would need. So I really wasn't thinking through that. I see that my this part tapers in just a little bit, so I might want to mark this and just trim a little bit off of this liner here. Oops, I didn't mark. One thing I forgot to do. I marked how far in I wanted it to go, but I didn't mark where to start the cut. Right there. Okay, I think too, just to make this a little more vintage. Okay, that's in black distress, black soot distress. There we go. Now I do want this to stay put, so what I think I will do on the end here is put some of the double-sided tape. Just use the tape glider. Now I'm going to have to hold that up off of the bag here. There we go. And now that is actually sealed in there, and so this is still very, delicate paper, so I would have to be careful there, but this is giving it a nice, stronger look to it. So one thing I could do is I could either strengthen the inside or the outside or both. I could use packaging tape. I'm wondering if I have anything that's not quite so glossy. I can't think of anything offhand. I could also use some fabric and adhere that on there. That would work. And I realize that in playing with this, I'm going to probably have to experiment with some of these bags and see just how much I can put on there. Can I put some Mod Podge on it? Will it work? I'd only put my scoreboard under here so that it wouldn't stick to my craft surface here. And I just wanted to give this a little extra strength so that when I go to stitch some pages in there, that it wouldn't come apart. That's really good. Okay, that is going to be nice and firm. Okay, so now that I did all that, I forgot, I know I said 6 inches and I think 9. Yes, 6 by 9 inches to go on those pages there. I think I might use some of these, which is Christmas on Amesbury Street. They're very cute, and they also have that vintage feel to them. I just wish the back sides weren't so bright white. I think that would make it look so much better if they weren't that bright. I'm going to play around and just cut a few sheets down. Now, when I opened my pack, I found that I had, from a different project, I had several of these already cut down, except they're just a little, they're not quite 6 inches high. So instead of being, you know, taller than that, I think they're going to be fine. Just need to score these to get them a good crease and get these put in there. I also found this, which I think is adorable, Dear Santa. It's a letter. And it's not quite, you don't quite fold it in half, so that way the stitching will be right there. Okay, let's get these scored. I don't even know the exact size. Okay, they are 9 exactly. How perfect. Okay, thinking. So I need to score these at 4.5. Remember to put the right side up if you want to fold it this way. So valleys become mountains, mountains become valleys. Did I not get, this is the one I didn't get that scored well. Do I want to distress the edges of those as well? I think I'm going to switch to the walnut stain. Okay, I'm going to glue all these and come back. Alrighty, so I've gotten all those done. Making sure the writing is correct on all of these. And I want this in there. And I would love to get one of these in there somehow. So, I think this is so gorgeous. So here's something I can think about. It's getting this in here. And one of the things I could do would be to put another fold in. Or I can give this, let's see, I know what I'll do. Okay, I have a stash of envelopes. So what I'm thinking is adhere this to that, and it will be one of my pages in here. An ivory colored envelope would be even better. But you would see on the back, I really don't like that though. However, just had a thought. I'm going to lightly trim this open. I want to be able to see Santa from both sides. I could do this on the paper trimmer. Hello. Okay, so if I put this in here, then it wouldn't be quite so noticeable. Trim this away. Now that can go in there, and you wouldn't necessarily see the top of the envelope. There we go. Okay, so let's adhere this. So I'm going to need to use a lot of adhesive on this thing. And then I'm going to use double-sided tape on right here on the opening. No. Nope. That would seal it shut. If I did that, it's going to seal it shut. So what I need to do is something else. But since I already have this on there, I need to put maybe some cardstock to cover this up. Okay, I just made a mistake, but we will work around it. Actually, it doesn't even have to be cardstock. I'm just going to use this. now we're learning. I want to make sure I put my opening on the left. I'm going to open this fully and lining it up with the front of it before it sticks down. There we go. Okay, now it's stuck to the back, but as you can see, I still have this. I can use it as a pocket, or I can seal just the front edge here, and that's one thing I could have done, is maybe to put a little bead of glue right there. Let's try this. We don't even know whether it's going to stick, but we'll try. And this is the art glitter glue. So this does give me a little bit of a pocket there. So that gives me one more page on the inside, but I think what I'll do is I will mount something right here just to give it a little more interest. Let's do 4 1/8 by 5 1/2. Now I want to use up scraps I already had. This one was not quite as wide as I wanted it, so I'm just going ahead and go with it. It's closer to 4 or 3 7/8, but I can put that on there. Helps to cut down the stark whiteness of it. Nothing wants to roll around. Okay, and I could do something like that right there. And that could be a belly band over that. Oops, I have to put this on here, duh. Now, one thing I'm thinking is these stickers, the one with the jingle bells on it, right here. Right there. Okay, get all those pages together. I think I will put this not exactly in the center, but like right there. And this does stick up. And then this will be here. Okay, so I've got all the creases in there. They're all together, but I want to clip them if I can. I'm not sure they're going to be. This one might not be long enough to clip. Barely, but I did get it in there. I could lower it a little bit. Now, I'm going to show you the pamphlet stitch, but I decided I'm going to do this backwards this time. I normally sew it into the cover so the knots are here. I think I'm going to do the knot on the outside this time. There's a method to my madness. Let me give myself some room here. Get those centered. So these pages will mostly be a little lower, and that way that will give me room so that these little pieces here will remain covered by that. Oops, I found another one right here. I'm going to lower this just a little bit so I can really clip it well. Okay, now I like to have something that I can use for my holes here, and this will be my hole guide. I bought and even sold in my shop the We Are Memory Keepers bookbinding guide for punching holes, and I think I sold mine accidentally. Because I sold a bunch of them, and I think I accidentally sold mine because it's not with my supplies for bookbinding. So this is, I made a piece of paper 6 inches. I'm going to mark it in 1 inch. Maybe let's do 1 1/4. No, yeah. And 1 1/4 here. And that's where I will punch my holes. Okay. So now this is longer than my pages here. I'm just going to center it where I want them. Now I do have a styrofoam block that I can put these on and poke the holes, but I'm only doing 2 holes, so I'm not really worried about it. Okay, that's about where I want that. Okay. Alrighty, now I need to get my linen. Okay, I have my waxed linen. Now I need to think backwards about this. I'm so used to doing it the same way all the time that I don't even think about it anymore. So I have my tapestry needle. And, oops, you know, I didn't do the center hole. Duh. It's making mistakes all over the place today. So 3 inches, that's the center hole. I'm going to line my first hole up here, and that way I could tell exactly where to go here. Same thing here. I'm going to line it up. There we go. Can't do this, can't do the pamphlet stitch without that center hole. So I always take my linen and I figure as much, I start with the center and I have enough to tie. I go to the top hole, the bottom hole, and back to the top hole with enough to tie again. And I want a little extra to tie this time. Alrighty, I'm going to come in from the back this time instead of from the front, and I'm thinking I might still need to do some of the clear tape on the outside. It makes me nervous, and I really want this to at least last a little while. So, which means I need to poke my holes again as well. So if I were to do this again with the tape again, I would just take one long tape and wrap it all the way around. There we go. Now to poke the holes again. Okay, so I'm going to come in from the back into the center hole. It's pretty tight, so I might need to grab it with, there we go. I'll leave enough here to tie. And I'm going to go, doesn't matter if I go up or down at this point. Just want to pull it snug by pulling it in the direction it's already pointing. Don't pull it down, pull it up. I'm going to come around and get this other hole. And again, pull it in the direction it's already going, that way. And then down the center hole on the other side of that long piece there. Pull it in the direction it's going. All right, now I have these 2 strands are on either side of this long piece that I have there. That way I can tie a knot right over the long piece of waxed linen. Okay, now I have these 2 little pieces, and the reason I wanted the knot on the outside this time is because now I can tie something to it. I don't know what yet. I want to put this Santa from here for one thing. Isn't he too cute? And look at my charms as well. Okay, I have these were in the Hobby Lobby. They have these little pieces here that are actually meant for hanging on one of their little miniature. It's called My Little Christmas. They have little miniatures, like little miniature trees. And I'm wondering about putting this little guy on there because he is so cute. But I think that I need, this is too frail, so I want to use my own little thing here. Just a thought. What I'm wondering is about a bead. I think I don't want it too big though. Might need a brighter red. This is too dark. Or this green. So I think what I'm going to do is come through the bead into this little guy, and back up through the bead like that. Very cute. And then I'll tie it above there. Okay, so this is actually covering my knot, but I do have a nice little dangle there, and he's kind of vintagey looking, so I'm really happy with him. He's cute. There we go. Isn't that cute? Okay, and I still have this guy that I would like to hang from here. And I'm wondering about using this or not. I know what I want to do. I'm going to tie this in its own little loop here. There, I just tied that in its own little loop. Now I have that loop there that I can hang other things from, such as him or whatever. It'll be a little low, but that's okay. Okay, now just going to give this a little tiny bow. I think I'm going to leave the ends of that bow hanging there. Just a little bit of trim like that. And then we have the gingerbread and the Santa right there hanging off the end right there. Okay. So this bag, we've got that cover, these pages. This is a belly band. This is an envelope pocket. Letter to Santa, little bag here, and all of the backs of those pages that can still be used for journaling, and this little pocket here. It's adorable. So the other thing I think I might do is just put some kind of binding around it just to keep it shut, because you know it's stiff with the cardstock I have in there. I really love this guy. Isn't he cute? Okay, let's look for some Crafty Binding. Alrighty. Now one of the things I can do is to insert this right in under that waxed linen there. I'm going to get a little more on the bottom side than the top. And there you have it. Oh, from the little Cavalini paper set that I got from World Market today. I love it, and I think it's a nice, you know, I was figuring it out as I was going along. Otherwise, it wouldn't take quite so long, and it'd be a nice, quick project. This little guy could even be tucked under there or tied into that, however we want it. Just so sweet. So thank you for watching. If you have a World Market, check out their Cavalini paper set. I think you'll love it, just like I did.